I'm here with John Hedges Jr. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, keeping well, thanks, boys. It's nice 8 rounds in the bank, so yeah, feeling good.
Perfect. You're looking very, very good in camp. Obviously, you just started camp, or you kind of?
No, to be fair, I'm probably at the best bit of it now. I've had plenty of rounds in. I was probably about 4 or 5 weeks in. Probably about 4 weeks full camp. Sparring like Chev Clarke. Do you know what? I've had it off because we've got a cruiserweight in the gym, Tommy Fletcher. So whoever he spars, I'll spar. I know they're giving a bit of weight away, but it's what it is. So it's good.
Perfect. You talk about Chev Clarke, obviously he's one also like on the rise under the Matchroom stable as well. Talk to me about those spars. How do they?
Mate, me and Chev are like, they're good spars at the end of the day because Chev's a come forward, power puncher, exciting fighter. I'm on the back foot trying to outbox him, and it was one of them ones where it's a bit tit for tat. Time we'd done the last 4 rounds, it was like both blowing a little bit. We both had about 6-7 rounds in, especially Chev. He'd done a fair few like with Tommy beforehand, so it was a proper interesting spar, a good spar, entertaining.
Perfect, and obviously you're fighting on the undercard of Katie Taylor, she's defending her undisputed titles. I googled you beforehand, preparing for this thing. You're only 20 as well. How does it feel to be fighting on these huge cards?
It's mental to think. I made my debut. It was literally 2 years ago. How long are we talking? 2 years ago Saturday was my debut. So 2 years ago, it's not been long. Not been in the game long. I was 6-0. Turned pro at 17 basically, and then I signed my deal at 18. But I was making the transition at 17. So I come to the game young, and I think that's why I'm probably so mature in the game now at 20. I feel like there's not really anyone I ain't sparred other than European fighters, but in this country I've had a lot of the best sparring. I've got confidence now, do you know what I mean? If I can hold my own with them, well, I'm not saying I'm beating them by no means, but I'm in the ring, grafting, and I ain't getting fucked about, I ain't getting pushed about, so, do you know what I mean? It's good work.
Of course, you talk about your progression there, kind of. So you made your debut obviously through COVID as well, so that was quite difficult, and obviously straight onto Sky Sports. Kind of, was it difficult dealing with the pressure going into that?
Do you know what? I dealt with the talking. I'm a pretty good talker and things like that. I dealt with that fine, put it under my wing. I was more everything. I was privileged. I was so probably thought I got lucky instead of thinking I earned my position. Obviously I had a massive amateur career, but I never used to think I've earned it. I used to think I've got gifted this and I think that was the only thing I'd done wrong. I went into the interviews saying I'm blessed to be here, which I was. I was very grateful for the opportunity, but I also needed a bit more confidence to think, you know what, I've got here for a reason. There is a reason why Eddie signed me. But no, yeah, I dealt with all the pressure I fight with well. Main thing was done a terrible weight cut, come down to super middleweight at 6'4", it just absolutely like a walking beanpole, 75 kilo. I was even under championship weight. It was a joke. So probably done the wrong way. Couple of changes of opponents on the day. One of them ones. COVID was messed up times, but we got through it. Do you know what I mean?
No, perfect. And you mentioned your amateur career there. I saw there was a picture shared on socials with fellow Matchroom and S-Jam stablemate Janae Boston as well.
yeah.
And as well, perfect. Talk to me about your amateur career there. What achievements did you win during your amateur?
So in the amateurs, I had 44 fights, 40 wins. I pretty much from my 4th fight as an amateur, I got signed by England. So it was kind of a mad career. I've had my whole career on Team England, which obviously a blessing. But back in the day, if you're 12 years old or 11 years old and you can scrap, you had a good chance of getting there. And the thing what my dad was always good, my dad was always on my case, and he was like, you're on the setup, you've just got to stay here. Every year, you've got to make top 2. And for the first 3 years as an amateur, I never won a national title. Got beat in the finals or something happened. I never got below a final, so I always made a national final. But I was number two. And then when I hit the number 1 spot, I won the junior ABAs. I didn't leave it. I won the junior ABAs, then I won the Tri-Nations, then I won the European selections, and it just kind of carried on. Went to Germany, won the tournament there, and that's where I kind of got my confidence and built right up. So I never come from always being number 1, but once I got in that position, I didn't let it slip. So joined the England team at like I say about 12 years old with Janae. We're like 2 of the originals, literally. It's so crazy. There was probably about 40 boys back in 2000 and I think it's 14. There's probably about 40 of us, and only 2 have made it all the way through. It's me, Janae, and one other actually who's making his debut this weekend, George Lillard, on the Eubank fight. So yeah, he was with us. So yeah, there's not many boys who've gone all the way, and it's nice to see him now with me, same stable, same management as well. Do you know what I mean?
Perfect. When I was talking to Janae, I feel like he just oozes confidence. When I was talking to him, he was hilarious. He was kind of mentioning the same thing. Kind of he made the national final kind of like every year, and then kind of he then gained that momentum once he won. Was it just about kind of once you won that title, you found the confidence in yourself to gain that momentum and push on? Yeah,
when you get on the team so young, it's more like you feel just privileged to be boxing for England. Obviously, you're representing. To actually have an England vest, people used to cheat and get one printed up, but to get the actual England vest, shows box for England. and I managed to do that when I was 11. So I was one of the earliest boys, and yeah, but I got beat that day. I got beat in the finals of the Tri-Nations. But the main thing was I was on the team. So then as soon as I won, I felt like I've earned this fest now, and I weren't letting no one beat me. And we've done numerous trips: Ukraine, Germany, got so much international, Sweden, Denmark, Italy. We literally went all over, and I won gold in every national. I've never lost abroad, so it's a big achievement.
Perfect. Then you turned pro, obviously, with Mark and Jimmy Tibbs. Kind of from the outside looking in, obviously I've watched countless interviews. Obviously we're talking about kind of the interviews that Mark does as well, and all the other fighters. And there's obviously a real community in this gym. Obviously you're kind of like sort of like a little family in here. Talk to me, what's it like training in this gym, obviously with Mark and Jimmy?
Oh mate, it's mad. Like, to be honest with you, when I first turned pro, I stayed with my amateur coach for my first fight. I needed a lot of improvements watching my first fight back, and I felt like the main improvement I needed was probably to up sticks, get out of my amateur gym. I was there for 6 years and have a fresh start. And I was blessed. Mark couldn't believe I said this on camera the other week, but I was blessed for Mark to take me. Mark just thought I was going to get. I obviously thought he was going to take me on because I was with Matcher. But honestly, after my first fight, my confidence was low. I got the win, but my confidence was shit, to be fair. I walked in the gym and Louis Edmondson was there. I don't know if you know Louis. And Louis at the times is 3-0, big hitting. And Mark was like, "You good?" I was like, I felt like I had something to prove all the time. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, "Oh, I'll spar." He's like, "Mate, you're 18 years old." He said, "Chill, you're fat." I was like, "No, I'll spar." And me and the Billy Joe done Louis' corner, Mark done my corner. We had a proper gym fight. We done 2 6-round fights, one on the Wednesday, one on the Friday. And mate, from that day he signed me, sort of thing. He was like, "Yeah, John, come on, you're in my stable." And there was proper sparks, do you know what I mean? There was entertaining scraps, mate.
I was going to say, because Louis turned pro a few years back, obviously, I think he's managed by Billy Joe as well.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Kind of, you say kind of you weren't short for confidence, but then you obviously, like you said, you had a point to prove. Kind of, what was it? Just an instinctive thing, just to go in there?
Yeah, I felt, yeah, like exactly that. I felt like I had to prove to Mark that I've got bottle, if not the skill. And then when it all come together, I was quite brilliant. To be fair, I was overweight. I was like terribly overweight, probably. Saying my David was at 75, I was probably in here at 86. So I was well overweight, fat cheeks, fat everything. We got in there and we had a proper spar. I've known Billy Joe years, to be fair, from my old gym, where we always mix in the same company, sort of thing. So I knew Bill, and Bill half was thinking I was going to get an idea that day. And I looked at Bill after, I was like, I said, "I'm not that bad." But no, it was a proper entertaining sparring. Louis is a great fighter, so it was, at the time I was privileged to have a good round with him, do you know what I mean?
Oh, perfect. And if there is one piece of advice, kind of that Mark or Jimmy or even any of the fighters, obviously you've got Johnny, we've got Ebony as well, world champion now as well. Is there one piece of advice that kind of you share with each other, or someone's told you that stuck with you, that has carried on through your career?
Do you know what it is in here? This gym, through the good, bad and ugly, mate, we're all together. I've seen me have terrible spars, I've seen Ebony have terrible spars, I've seen Johnny have bad days. We've all had these terrible days, but we all bring each other up, do you know what I mean? Like, when you're feeling shit, there's nothing worse than someone saying, "Cole, you was bad today." We know we was bad, do you know what I mean? Like, we know we're our own worst critic. So when we come together, even some weeks we've all had a bit of a bad week. We go to the track Saturday, we beast ourselves at the track all together, we're all dying, but then by Monday we're brand new again. And I think that's the main thing in this gym, it's a family. When one of us boxes away, we all go and we all stick together, and there's not every gym that does that. We're all here. I want everyone to be a world champion. I don't want to be the only world champion in this gym. So please God, we all push on and we help each other and we all get there.
I think it was for Johnny's fight at Ali Pali. I think Mark was saying on a round table that he kind of brought you all with him to kind of experience that with him and things like that. So no, it definitely shows as well from the outside looking in. And kind of obviously 7-0, right? 6-0. 6-0. Sorry. So soon to be 7-0. But where would you like to be within your next 5 fights?
Next 5 fights, what's that bring us to? 11-0? Am I right? 12-0? No, 11-0. Next 5 fights, please God, winning them all. Be 11-0 in a very good place. So I don't think I'll carry on light heavy, to be honest with you. I think I'll slowly move up into a cruiserweight. I'm lean at this weight, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be a cruiser by the time I'm 25. It's inevitable. So why stunt my growth, slow my body down when I can just slowly, 84, 85, slowly have a fight each kilo, and then we'll get to the 89.2, and that's where I'll campaign at. So I can slowly build myself up. But ideally, I spoke to a manager, I'd like to be 14, 15 and 0, and when I box for a title, stay in championship fights. I don't want to hit a title now and then go, you know what, vacate that, go back to an 8-rounder. That ain't a bit of me. I want, when I'm 22, 23, hit for a title and stay in big fights.
I feel like that's one thing where some pros kind of lack. They win the title, but then they might lose it in the next fight. You want to stay consistent.
I want to stay in it, and also some people win a fight and they think, "Oh, I'm not ready for that step up yet. And they've got this belt, but the only way to step up, they've got to fight that next opponent. It's like, oh, it's a hard fight. So they vacate the title. If I've got a title, I want to keep pushing. And to be honest with you, I'm not saying I'm above the level, but the Southern Area sort of title route, I don't really want to go that way. I'd love to go straight into the WBC youth titles, because they're world ranked at the end of the day. So I'd like to do things like that and get one of them belts around me.
Would the British title not be so?
Yeah, the British title, let's be realistic though, in the light heavyweight division, it's absolutely crazy for the British level. It's stacked at the moment, and I'm not going to put myself and say, look, I'm ready for that. I'm nowhere near that yet. And cruiserweights as well, you've got Bilham Smith, Riyad Kapoor.
You've got Massey as well.
Yeah, Massey, Jack Massey with a nice belt. It's 5 of them as well. So I'm just saying, at that British level, it's near enough fighting at a world level in your own country, in my opinion, because you've got a Coley, like they're all like massive names in Britain, aren't they? So it's a belt what I would get onto, but I think first I take the European route, get the experience of 12 rounds, slowly build up, and then please God get a mandatory for a British.
Perfect. And then what can we expect on October 29th?
Another knockout, please God willing. I'm in the gym, training hard every day, getting stronger at the weight, everything. I've got a nice step up fight, I've got a Belgian fighter. I ain't gonna say his name just in case it's not released officially, but he's 17 wins, he's got a nice winning record, and he's been in with the likes of Martin Murray, just before Martin boxed Golovkin, which is obviously saying something. That was obviously a fight for Martin. And some other big names, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Garcia's fought him, so he's gone through it. So it's going to be a nice fight. That if I do get him out there, I've proved the point.
Perfect, John Hedges. Thank you very much, and best of luck. October 29th.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Oh.